Well, I'm now here with Cindy Tomasetti, a broker associate with Christie's International Real Estate First Coast and our partner Home Connect TV. She's here to share how recent changes to Florida's condo laws, especially around milestone inspections and reserve studies, are affecting condo sales here in Northeast Florida. So welcome back to the show. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's so nice to be here and actually be on the new set, which I love how it's a tribute to Sawgrass.
Right.
And you know, everything that makes the First Coast magical. I understand you can change this. So this is great.
We absolutely love it. I'm so glad you finally got to see it. But let's start with an overview here, because there have been some new requirements for milestone inspections and reserve studies that's changing the overall condo market in our area, right? Can you explain that?
So the tragedy of Surfside that occurred in 2021 was a terrible thing, the collapse of that condominium.
Right.
But it led to some great legislation that really protects consumers. Owners of condominiums, buyers of condominiums, on two fronts. It protects them on safety and it protects them with transparency.
Okay.
The milestone study itself, the milestone being condominiums that are over 3 stories that have either reached their 30th birthday or their 25th, if they're, for example, near the Atlantic Ocean, are inspected for structural concerns. We're looking at decks, roofs, plumbing, exterior walls, those things that make the condominium safe to be inhabited. The structural reserve study is saying, is there enough money to fix these repairs? And if not, how are we going to get it and put these two things together? So big impact in the market. A lot of people got scared of condominium sales for these reasons. They were like, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy this condo, I'm going to have this enormous assessment, or I'm going to buy this condominium and it's not going to be safe. So these laws have basically helped with great transparency. And why we're feeling an impact now is that started in 2022 with them having to have it fixed. Many of these, the studies completed by December 31st of 2023, 2024, is now we have condominiums who have gone through this process. Right. But in the meantime, if, let's say, for example, a building had a lot of things that had to be done. I recently sold a condo that had a $48,000 assessment.
Oh, wow.
And what that changed was that now made that property a cash-only purchase. Because the banks don't care that the money has been allotted, that the assessments have been taken. They want the repairs completed before they're going to loan. So there were no VA, no FHA, no conventional lenders for these types of condominiums. Now that those have been completed, a lot of the construction has been completed, they know what the expected assessments are going to be, then there's safety now. Now they can begin to lend on those.
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah. So there are, you know, when that happened, when people got scared, obviously more inventory on the market.
Right.
Condos stayed on the market longer, and very often the prices did drop. So if you were one of those cash investors, you may have gotten in on the low side. You may have gotten a bargain if you didn't want to wait until everything was complete.
Right.
In the case of the condo I had, she was like, okay, it's going to take 4 more months for all the repairs to be complete, but I want to buy this condo now at this price.
Right.
And I'm content with
So
this.
she was willing to do the
She was
cash out
willing to
buyout.
wait, yes.
So are you seeing any noticeable shifts in buyer-seller behavior because of these changes then?
Well, we do see an increase in condo sales. We definitely saw a lift in December, and I do feel like that is going to increase. And we do see more inquiries coming in about purchasing condominiums. But what I would tell you is, if you are a condominium seller or a condominium buyer, you need to have all of those documents. You want that milestone inspection. You're going to need that strategic reserve study as well, structural integrity reserve, to see that as well. And if during your association meetings, if it's been discussed and it makes it into the minutes that there is an increase coming in fees or there's a necessary assessment, that too needs to get reported back to the buyer. So as a buyer, you want all that information.
Okay, any other advice, or are those just your main points right there?
Those are my main points. You know, as always, be an educated consumer.
Right. And maybe have an agent to help you with that, because it can be a little convoluted sometimes for folks who are not into it.
If you have a real estate professional, your real estate professionals like myself, or your title companies, they are going to watch your back and take care of you and make sure all that documentation is available to you.
If somebody is interested in learning more about your services, where can they go?
They can go to Cindy, that's Cindy with 2 I's, CYNDY.Tomasetti at CIRE.com. That's Christie's International FirstCoast.com.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm glad things are looking up on this front, the condominium front. So I think this is really exciting for folks.
It's good for everybody.
Yes. Well, thank you again. And of course, make sure you watch Home Connect TV on 7 days a week and with hundreds of homes for sale across the First Coast.